this is Dylan from Xbox Game Reviews, and today we're going to be playing the incredible adventures of Van Helsing. For the remainder of this video, I'm just going to call it Van Helsing to keep it short. In Van Helsing, you play as not Van Helsing himself, but his son, who has come to a place called Borgovia with his companion ghost called Katerina to track down the source of some strange things that have been going on there. As you can see, I've already played the game for a little bit and I've got a level 6 character here, so I'm just gonna hop in. One of the downsides about this game, just hopping right in, is that sometimes the loading screens might take a while. Sometimes they'll load really fast, sometimes they might take a little while, like it's doing now, but they tend to speed up after a bit. At the minute we're in the main town, Markovna, I think, Markovna. I think there are more like main town areas like this. As you can see, the game is an action RPG. It's not which isn't a very common genre really. I mean, you've got things like Diablo, Torchlight, which this game is fairly similar to. But when you look at those games and look at this one, it's kind of dumbed down a bit. We've got lots of different things to interact with in the town. You can speak to people around here. You can speak to this two-headed cow, who, if you speak to it enough, actually speaks like a person.
I said moo.
And you've got a storage over here for if you want to put your loot. It's a little bit, but not as much as what you'd sort of think there is here. I've already collected a few side quests in this town. I'm not exactly sure what artifacts forges do. I think they allow you to I think they allow you to put stat specs on your weapons and such, and obviously this guy here is blacksmith. There are also other stores like general stores that sell potions and sell armor and things like that. The controls to the game are fairly simple. When you're playing, they're only linked to the right bumper, right trigger, X, Y, B, A, and clicking on the left stick. Obviously left stick to move, but besides that, that's all there is. Each button on X, Y, B, A, and the right bumper and trigger do different attacks that you can change up, and clicking in the left stick allows you to change weapons depending on what class you pick. With the class I picked, you have 2 guns and 2 swords to wield. Sometimes you'll only hold 1 sword depending on what type you're using. Katerina can also have different sort of fighting styles. At the minute I have her using the more melee fighting style, but you can also set it to ranged or a support class. Depending on the game's, as I said, it's fairly simple. You get a pretty decent amount of different enemies. Some of them will be more challenging than others, some will have better weapons. As you see there, killing enemies drops loot, just like other RPGs. Just kill enemies for loot, find it around the environment or anything like that. One of the bad things about the game is if you haven't got good enough loot or a certain level though, you're probably gonna struggle a bit with taking on a lot more enemies and such. It can get out of hand quickly if you don't have the right things to deal with the enemies that you're fighting. Such as at the minute I'm only fighting small groups, but you can find a lot of larger groups in this. And that's when things start getting very difficult here and it's a bit hard to manage. There are different fixes used as well in the game besides the stats effects that you're using on the swords. The main thing that you're doing with combat though is using status effects. There's no sort of like different moves sort of to do. It's mostly you put different effects on your weapons and such, and then you just defeat enemies through that. Like at the minute I've got a sword, two swords that do normal hit, which is just a standard swing of the sword, and then you've got a lightning attack which does slightly less damage but affects more enemies in the area. Then when it comes down to the magic, you can have Katarina split into multiple holograms of herself to trick enemies, or you can use magic to surround yourself in flames like I just did there, and that'll damage enemies within that area. With the guns you also have similar things such as just your standard shot or explosive bullets, and then you can fire a lightning shot which goes straight to every enemy in that line of fire. The menus are fairly easy to navigate. There's got a lot of stats and things on it. When you're on the actual character sheet, it gives you an idea of what sort of damage you're doing with everything, and all of your extra bonuses. Inventory is easy to manage also. It's just a simple pick your weapons and then you can view them. You can have a little wheel on the right which you control with the right stick, and you just go through all your weapons and then to your armor and such, and then you can just spot that you're using from there, or give it to Katarina who can also put keys. And she also acts as an infinite pocket to carry all the stuff you don't need if you're out and can't get to storage. Skills from leveling up by doing quests and killing enemies is a pretty simple skill tree. You have the different main skills which you have, and then going on from that you also have the other like side effects that come with that skill. As you can see, I've only unlocked 4 out of the possible 7, but you can also, that's just for the swords, you can also get them on your guns. You can also unlock different auras, which is sort of like active effects that you don't use, they're just active all the time on your character. So at the minute I've got damage reduction and I get healed every point of rage I spend, which is an effect it comes with. I think it only comes with armor, I believe. I'm not sure. And then tricks is your magic. So I'm just using the default tricks at the minute, which is Arcane Healing and Piercing Mirage, which I mentioned earlier. Where Katarina splits herself into 3, and then she attacks and tricks the enemies. Healing is self-explanatory, but you also get different things such as slow down time or freeze it time. You and all allies within 10 meter range gain a bonus to damage, so that's something used for co-op, which is another feature in the game. but I haven't tried that myself just yet. You can also level up Katarina and give her perks and stat specs and such on the screen also. And then you've also got the journal, which has all your quests and such. And besides that, you also have achievements in the game besides the actual achievements on your Xbox profile, which is something to go back to and get. Perks are also stat specs which go on your character but aren't actually triggered or anything. They're just sort of active as you use them. You get these by leveling up your reputation, which you can also earn by killing enemies, and I think your reputation goes up quicker if you do quests. And the actual character level goes up by killing. I think more perks become available to you as well as you progress through the game, but I'm not 100% sure. Now I haven't played a lot of action RPGs, but the combat in this one is also in. It feels kind of oversimplified. It's just sort of, yeah, here are your status effects and here are the things you have to use. You know, it's not super in depth or requires you to like string up loads of different perks and such. You can do that and it makes the game a lot better, but if you want to just focus on magic, ranged attacks, and have an explosive gun which does a lot of damage, then you probably go through the whole game just doing that, assuming that was your focus. Here's an example of when things get a bit out of hand. As you can see, my health is going down ridiculously fast, and the only reason I'm even alive is because of the healing. Once you die, you have 3 different respawn options. As you can see, you can respawn on the spot for more gold, which is a currency in the game. It's not a sort of microtransaction thing. You use gold to buy things like armor from stores, health potions and things like that. So I could respawn here right now for 299 at the last checkpoint, which is I think it's just like the closest safe area where you can't get hit, and then you can obviously go back to the main town for free, but I'm just going to respawn here because I'm going to keep showing you the world. For what it is, the game is fairly detailed, you know. The actual character models of NPCs aren't super detailed, but your actual player character is fairly detailed. The armor changes your character up a bit, like the mask I had on at the beginning. Naturally, you start off with just a normal sort of hat, and as you can see here, because I've leveled up, you can put 4 different stats up. Body, which is your melee focused attacks. Dexterity, which is your ranged attacks. Willpower, which is your magic. And luck, which increases your critical damage and gives you more things such as gold and items from killing enemies, which you'll probably want to put up for later game types. Those other game types, which you may have noticed when I was on the menu at the start, they have besides co-op, you also have the sort of like an infinite survival mode where you can go on there and then just continuously fight waves of enemies to farm for items, and I'm assuming it also levels up your character. And then you've also got another mode similar to that. I can't fully remember exactly what the other mode is, so I'm just gonna level up one of these a bit. Once you level up, you also get, besides the 5 actual ability points, you get 3 skill points, and the lower down the tree you go, the more skill points you need. But you can also level up the actual spells, and things that you've already got. So if you don't want to go for all of the bottom things, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be more powerful, because if you really wanted to, you could just focus on all of the starting stuff. I'm just gonna focus on the lightning strike and embracing flames, which I've already shown you. You can also use it for these other 3 skills and effects here. So even though there isn't like an amazing amount, considering players are only going to really focus on a handful of things, you still have to think about what you're spending your points on. They should level up. Like, I haven't really focused too much on auras, so that put me at a disadvantage because I'm not really leveling them up, but I've also got quite decent melee damage, and then if you want to have a balanced character, you've obviously got to think a lot more about all of those things. But yeah, as I was saying before, the game is fairly detailed. The enemies are very detailed. Just the world itself is detailed. You know, it's not bad looking. It doesn't look low quality. But the only things that really look a bit bad are the actual NPC villagers and stuff. The gameplay, even though it's simple, it's still kind of fun to do anyway. It's just sort of the thing of, you know, killing enemies, seeing what loot you get, and just leveling up your character.
I can't do that.
The thing about a game though that's kind of bad is there isn't much direction given to you. So as you can see, I've got a quest up that says find the mayor of the village and find the wolf's den. But then I've also got well, as you can see, I killed the snow pelt, which is a wolf, from a couple of seconds ago, but the game gave me no sort of like direction as to where to go. There's no mark on the map or anything like that saying, yes, this is the area you need to be if you want to get this done. It relies a lot on you just exploring every area of that map until you found the thing you're looking for. And I'm assuming some quests you won't even need to be in that area, such as this quest with the mayor. I was running around the town and it turns out he wasn't there. I had to ask a civilian, which the game never told me about, to find out that the mayor wasn't actually in the town, but he was lost in the woods. So I feel like the game could have been a bit clearer with like telling you what's going on and like what you need to do, but it does you know, reward exploration. So say I never spoke to that villager and the mayor wasn't in the town, I could have assumed that, you know, maybe I've missed the mayor in the town and still been there now, or I could have just been assuming that something was bugged. But you know, as I said, it rewards exploration, and that's the sort of thing that you kind of want from one of these games, really, just to get players to go everywhere. It's a good game, especially if you know, like me, you haven't really played action RPGs before, you're kind of new to them, you want to get into them, or you just want to get a kind of an idea of what some are like. I'm not assuming that all of them are like this, obviously, but it gives you a general idea of the genre and stuff. So, if you already play action RPGs and you like things, like Diablo, that's probably the most well-known one. You're probably going to stick with that, unless you fancy something a bit different, like change of pace, one that's not as serious, if you like, and wants it more easy to play. But if you are one of the more hardcore action RPG players, and you're looking for one of them games that you're going to be able to put hours at a time into, play like on and on and on. I wouldn't really say this is the game for you unless you you want to keep farming in the same area. But I think that covers all of it. So if you want to check out a fully detailed review and scores, check out the website, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.